So now that we've told the machine which language we speak, which time, which date it is, which country we are in, next thing to do is to actually tell the machine where are the controllers, where are the CO2 sensors or the humidity sensors, which are supposed to steer the machine, determine its fan speed, make it increase or decrease in fan speed, and actually do the ventilation in the most optimal manner. Okay, in order to do that, in order to create that network of controllers or CO2 and humidity sensors, we need to announce ourselves as installers, because this is something that we obviously do not let the end user take care of or allow to do even. You have to announce yourselves first as a installer. So let's see how to do that. So we have here our initial screen, which we had a minute ago after setting time and date. So we push the middle button and then we go to advanced. Okay, this is the setting we need to take in order to announce ourselves as installers. And then obviously you can see that there is a code. Which is the code? The code is 9876. Okay, so you push the down arrow once, you confirm, push the down arrow twice, 8, we confirm, down arrow 3 times, we confirm, down arrow 4 times. If you made a mistake, you can obviously go back, so there's no problem. 9876, we confirm. Okay, so now we are in installation mode. The machine knows that we have the authority to create the installation. So let's just do that. We go through the menu and we say, right, let's start the installation and let's start the wizard. Okay, so the first thing that you then see on the screen is that the machine is asking you which controllers, CO2 sensors or humidity sensors, are in charge in the wet rooms, in the extraction zones. Actually, it's referred to as both zones. Okay, and you see, for instance, that obviously now there's no component, no controller or humidity sensor being detected at this point, so the number you see here is 0. So let's go to the bathroom and see if we have any humidity sensors or any controllers. So this is the bathroom. We have a controller which might or might not be a humidity sensor. You can actually not see. We have a separate video on that because you can see if you push the buttons. But suppose this is a controller. We want to tell it that this is the controller that is in charge of this area. We push once, it starts blinking more rapidly, and then ultimately it blinks green. Okay, so this is the sign for us that the component is duly connected now to the machine and that the machine realizes, okay, for the extraction zone, this controller or humidity sensor is in charge and will determine the way I operate. Let's suppose we also have in the extraction a toilet, okay, and we have done that here with a switch contact. I take a simple pen, I push here, if I can do that one time, and again it starts blinking more rapidly red. It should blink green anytime soon. Here we go. So this is for us the sign that this switch contact has been connected to the machine properly. So let's see and check if that is the case. So we go back to the machine, and indeed, as you can see on this display, it now says yes, there are 2 controllers or a switch contact, humidity sensor, CO2 sensor, anyway 2 controllers which actually determine the functioning of the machine in the extraction zones. So this is perfect. I just confirmed this by pushing the middle button. Next thing he asks is, okay, how many components actually are in charge or govern the functioning in zone 1? Remember, zone 1 is the zone which is connected to this spigot. Okay, always the angle side. Zone 1, zone 2. Okay, never to forget, because obviously this is important when we actually create a network in one of the zones. So here we see again there's no component yet connected, so we move on. Zone 1, we move to the living room. Okay, suppose this is the living room. We have a CO2 sensor in this particular living room. It is live. Okay, this is why it is blinking red. Again, I push wherever I want to, it's blinking red a little bit faster, and ultimately it will turn green. Voila, there it goes. We go back to the machine to check whether this has been executed correctly. Yes, indeed, we see that one component is in charge of zone 1. And now, logically, we confirm this, and we go to zone 2. Okay, zone 2, like I said, the zone which starts here on the top of the machine. Okay, so in this case, this will be the night zone. It will be the zone which is linked to the bedrooms. suppose in this particular case we have 2 bedrooms, and in each of the bedrooms we have installed, for instance, a CO2 sensor in the master bedroom and a regular controller in the children's bedroom, for instance, or vice versa, it doesn't matter. We see it is blinking red because it is live. We push whatever button, always the same procedure, blinks a little bit faster and ultimately blinks green. So then we go from the bedroom of the parents to the bedroom of the children. We see the same controller, we push it here, exactly the same procedure. So we are now actually telling the machine that 2 controllers, CO2 sensors or whatever, determine how the machine should operate in zone 2. Let's see if this has worked properly, and indeed, as you can see, the machine realizes that there are now 2 controllers in this particular zone. So I confirm this by just pushing here the middle button, and then we go back to the normal setting, and that is it. And we can now actually start with calibrating the system, because the network is known, the machine knows which controllers, which CO2 sensors, which humidity sensors in which zones are in charge and determine its function. So then we can move on to the actual calibration.